Very good evening. First of all, sorry for changing the schedule because tomorrow being a festival, not many could be available, so we had to advance the session. First of all, kindly confirm me if my audio and video is clear. Kindly confirm if my audio and video is clear.
Yes, sir.
Hi. Yes. So I welcome you all for the call. Gopika, Purnima, I think this is your first time you're being on the call. We will wait for several more students. But before that, I want to brief you up on the call and why we do this call regularly. See, this we call it as a performance review call. And the idea behind this performance review call is every week, all of the students will come together and use this space as a space to express, where we will work upon understanding and expressing what challenges one is facing, what best practices they are following. And when you listen to others, when you share, you constantly reflect and you constantly change your patterns in your mind to go towards productivity, to go towards excellence. Okay, that is the idea. So how we begin with this session is every time we will begin with a breakout room where each of you will discuss on a question, where you will learn the art of collating the ideas based on your experience. Okay. After that, we will get into the main session as a part of the discussion. Okay. So I welcome all the ones who have come for the first time. Okay. So let me share the screen with all of you. Okay. Share the screen with all of you. Today is a very interesting question again. These are the kind of questions that they ask. I'm not sure if this question has been asked by me. If it is asked, let me know. Okay. So we are in the session 37 of the performance review call. A lot of learnings in each of the session. Okay. So coming back, today's question of the day is a question where you need to think like you need to think in the role of a woman and how you can protect them. This is the context of the question. The question is, suggest some innovative measures to tackle sexual violence against women in the country. Okay. So this is a problem at the end of the day where women are targeted at multiple areas. So what kind of a measure we can take to avoid the sexual violence against women in this country? Okay. So I'm putting you all into the breakout room. So go ahead and put in your thoughts, share your ideas as to what could be the innovative measures that you can take. And students, whatever questions I'm sharing here are not created by me. It is the UPSC questions. I want everyone to work upon this. Okay. So I'm turning on the breakout rooms. So kindly, once I click the breakout room, click join button to join the breakout room. Okay. So I'm creating 2 breakout rooms. So go ahead, discuss and come back. Okay. 1 second. So I will be giving you all 8 minutes time and go ahead and discuss. Please click join button and you join it. Right. I welcome you all back. I really enjoyed the discussion. I was in part of your breakout rooms. I was listening to all of you. If you all noticed, each of you have your own opinions. It is absolutely right. Please understand, there's nothing called right and wrong. It is just about the maturity of the opinion, right? So as an initial output, when you are asked a question like this, always check what is coming out of your mind. How are you thinking about the issue? Are you able to think in a very, very straightforward and a normal way? Or is your mind able to access those ideas which are not conventional but unconventional, but yet it can give you the clarity of thought regarding solving the problem? So this is how students, the government will sit down, form committees, brainstorm the problems that are there, what kind of a solutions we can come up with in a very, very innovative way to actually protect the woman. I'll give you one simple example. Okay. One of the suggestions, see, this question was asked in the context of Nirbhaya case, when the Nirbhaya case had happened. Okay. This was a question that came somewhere around 2013. Now, if you noticed, the committee's brainstorming, they realized a point. You'd see if you have thought in this angle. The committee in its brainstorming realized a point that people are stressed, which in turn is manifesting into a sexual violence either at home or outside. Okay. So when people are stressed, are there any outputs or are there any vents for them to release their stress? So they understood one point that, for example, Delhi as a whole lacks gardens, lacks greenery. They focused on improving the amount of parks, recreational facilities out there so that a person can actually calm down. And they also realized that if we have more amount of plantations more amount of greenery followed by lighting across the city, actually the amount of sexual violence in that particular area reduces. This was a realization. Are you able to understand how things are related? This is called as understanding the psychology behind a crime, right? However, I'm just giving you a reference. Use of CCTVs, right? Use of drones for security surveillance in the coming days because the drone bill is in place. Having a hot button on the mobile phone. And Srushti gave a great idea. Creating awareness for women to learn using the videos on YouTube, correct? So multiple ideas can actually come out. And this is how a collaborative thought process will help you structure the content. Okay. So even after the session, I want you to work around what solutions are out there done by the government to protect the woman from sexual violence in this country. Okay. Clear? So this is how you need to think. So I'm just introducing you to the thought process. Okay. Wonderful. So going next. So once we discussed the question of the day, the next thing is the hack of the day. First of all, today's hack of the day is about finding possibilities. When you are doing something, okay, there will be moments where you feel the problem is too big. Okay. So the hack I want to give all of you is whenever you feel that things are going out of your reach or things are too big for you to tackle, I want all of you to try this. Just write down what all are the things that are disturbing you on a sheet of paper and see what possibilities are there in front of you to tackle that problem. For example, let us say you are trying to write an answer, but you're unable to write an answer, assume. So there is a problem out there wherein you're unable to get the flow of an answer. So suddenly your mind will go into a mode of anxiety. Oh my God, what's going on? Will I be able to do it? It starts forming stories. This is where I want everyone to try this hack. Write down the things that are causing you problem and see what possibilities are out there for you to get an immediate solution. Are you all getting this point? Think, it will flash. So I want you all to try that. Okay. So when you try that, new ideas open up. And when new ideas open up, new hope will be created. Right? Type possibility in the chat box if you all understood this logic. Type possibility in the chat box if you all understood this logic. Okay. Everyone, everywhere, any area, whatever is your challenge, remember, bring your focus onto it and your mind will find the solution. Else what will happen? You procrastinate. You keep on escaping from that. You will never end up doing that too. Okay. One more question I have for all of you. I gave you all a task last week regarding distraction. How many of you performed the task? If anyone had any realization, you can share. Did anyone try the task that I provided last week? Rajneesh, did you happen to try the task?
Yes, sir.
Okay, who tried? Devika? Okay. Devika, please share your experience. Anything you realized in the task?
Yes, sir. So when I did it, it was more like if we, the realization I had, it was more like if we wish to do something, there will be chances of procrastination that I'll late or right now I'm not in the right mood. But once I am at my place and I'm sitting decided that I am not supposed to look away or be distracted. Just the part of sitting is very much important. After that, things come into a flow.
Mhm.
The
Correct.
distraction didn't happen after a few minutes. Initially, there was something which was irritating me. There were things bit distracting, but then everything was at its place, and that's how we can also use it in our studies, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, this task is not just for studies, for everything. It's about not reacting to things around you, not reacting to the stimulus around you, and telling your mind that even if you don't react, you will survive. To get used to that, right? Good. Rajneesh, you have anything to share?
Good evening, sir.
Good
Sir,
evening.
actually, usually I don't have these kind of issues. Whenever I sit, I first of all I make sure that I'm going to sit for the whatever the minutes. My mind usually do not disturb me because I can see the thoughts are coming in my mind and I know the reason behind all those things. So usually I don't
Okay.
have the problems. That's why I said I
Okay.
have not tried.
Okay.
But one out of the context learning that I'm sharing, I went to the family function last week, and
Mm,
I have realized one very important thing is that listening is very much pleasurable compared to speaking. When you listen,
mm,
you get more clarity. You
mm,
and till now, usually I was having an idea that that whatever the syllabus that I have is my learning,
mm,
but since like I went to the family function after a long time, so
mm,
I realized that everywhere you can see people acting, and according to them, and if you can watch them closely, you can observe so many points, so many behavioral things, and that will help you to understand them better. because
mm,
because whatever the like ये मेरा एक था सर कि जब वो लोग कुछ बोल रहे हैं, अगर आप उनको सिर्फ सुनते रहोगे तो हाउ माइंड्स आर वर्किंग, क्योंकि
mm,
जो दिमाग आपके पास है, जो माइंड आपके पास है, वही माइंड उनके पास भी है।
mm,
तो वो कैसे, कभी ईगो क्लैश हो रहा है, कभी कुछ हो रहा है, कभी कुछ हो रहा है। तो इस चीज को सर मैंने बहुत क्लोजली ऑब्जर्व किया, और जो मेरी थ्योरी थी,
mm.
मतलब ये जो माइंड कैसे आपके साथ वर्क करता है, ये थोड़ा और क्लियर हुआ सर। मैं जो बोल रहा हूँ पता नहीं वो कितना कॉन्टेक्चुअल है, बट स्टिल दिस इज द लर्निंग दैट आई हैव, एंड आई फेल्ट वेरी, मतलब बहुत अच्छा महसूस हुआ कि
Absolutely.
now I am very much relaxed. Even I have come, but still I am very much
Absolutely.
relaxed because I know that कि अगर आप एक माइंड को कुछ ऐसा देते हो जिससे वो थोड़ा सा भी प्रेशर लेगा, तो आपकी लर्निंग घट जाएगी। वो एक मीन्स वन वर्ड में मैंने वो चीज रियलाइज किया कि अगर माइंड बहुत बैलेंस्ड है तो वो दुनिया की सबसे खूबसूरत चीज है। उसको किसी भी कीमत पे आपको लूज नहीं करना है। इफ इट इज बैलेंस्ड,
Okay. Got it.
वो किसी भी सिनेरियो में बेस्ट परफॉर्म करेगा। आप पढ़ रहे हो और अगर आपके टारगेट्स कंप्लीट नहीं हो रहे हैं, और अगर आप अपना बैलेंस लूज करते हो, तो टारगेट कंप्लीट नहीं होने के चांसेस और बढ़ जाएंगे। इवन जब आप पढ़ भी रहे हो तो आपकी लर्निंग घट जाएगी। सो द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज दैट द बैलेंस, टू मेंटेन द बैलेंस। और वो
Got it.
थोड़ा इंटरनल था, तो मुझे पता नहीं कि उसको कैसे वर्ड्स में एक्सप्रेस करें, बट दिस वाज द लर्निंग फ्रॉम
Yeah,
लास्ट वीक
yeah,
दैट आई हैव।
absolutely. This is a quality that comes great into place, as you are, as you're a part of the service or in day-to-day life. It's all about listening more rather than
Listening.
speaking. Listen, and that will give you the context of what exactly you can speak, right? Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the task, students, the last week that I had provided was how, see, I wanted all of you to keep an object and just focus on it, and don't even move your eye no matter what the distraction is around. This was a task or a challenge. Others, if you have not completed it or tried it, I want you to do it. The idea behind that is very simple. This mind here has evolved over millions of years, that if you don't react to the stimulus around you, presently the stimulus is your WhatsApp, Instagram, notifications, whatever it is. Immediately you'll take off your phone and open it, correct? I want all of you to tell your mind through this task that even if you don't respond to that WhatsApp message or Instagram notification, you won't die. So when you stop responding to the stimulus around you, it could be the sound of an item around you or a person calling you, right? Can you try it for 5 minutes where you don't even move your eye and just keep focusing on the object that's it. Getting it? So try this task for 7 days and see how much control you will start building over what to respond and what not to respond. Okay, clear? I want everyone to try it, right? Type me in the chat box if you all are going to try it. I want really everyone to try. So kindly don't just blindly do this task and see and tell me what you realized. Okay, it has great impact and it will help. Purnima, tell me.
Sir, actually, I did this.
Oh, you did
I'm
it. Okay.
always, yes, sir. I'm
Ah.
always, before I'm starting this, I'm always stuck with an Instagram. So I did this. Actually, 3 days, I'm going distraction of that, but now I'm never.
Oh, that's very good. Good, Purnima. I want everyone to try and see the power of it. The day I remember, all of you remember this. A great leader is not one with a great IQ. A great leader is the one with a great EQ, the emotional quotient. Okay. And as Rajni shared, it's a great point that he shared. Learn to listen more and speak less, and also focus and build the art of focusing, because the one who focuses is the one who wins in this world of distraction. As simple as that. Okay. Great. Awesome. So keeping this in the context, coming back to what we did in the week. So let's go one by one. A quick review of what all you have completed. So let's begin with Ashrita. Ashrita, so how is your test going on and what is the progress with things? Please share your updates. Ashrita, are you there? Okay. Ashrita. Hello, Ashrita. Yes. How was your week? How did things go by?
Actually, I completed ancient and
Ashrita, your voice is not clear. Please check your connection. I'll get back to you. Sachin?
I'm sorry, sir. So now it is clear.
Now is it clear?
So now is it clear?
Sachin?
So, good evening, sir.
Very good evening. Yes. How was your week, Sachin? What happened? What best practices or challenges you faced?
So, rather than best practices, I have got some challenges.
Tell me.
So, in science and technology, sir, after listening to classes and making notes, I have solved previous year question papers, sir, from 2017 to 2022. I could not solve even a single question, sir.
Okay. Okay. So how did you tackle that? I mean, what did you do next after that?
I spoke with Kaveri ma'am, sir. Ma'am said most of the science and tech questions are from current affairs, sir. So before exam prelims, before 1 month, we'll be having some science and technology session. There, 1 year current affairs will be covered. Ma'am said that things morning.
Okay. So now, here when you are doing this, first thing, okay. First thing, when you are facing when you're facing a problem like this, the first important thing is you learn through the question. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But before you learn through the question, did you check, was the question familiar for you in any part of the notes that you have written?
No, sir, not familiar, sir.
Okay. Did you check the notes when it comes to the science and technology to see if any part of the question is one? For example, space technology. Okay. And if you're talking about space technology, and if you have solved a question related to that, did you check if that fact or a concept is mentioned as a part of the notes? Sachin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the first thing to do. Okay. See, there are only 2 reasons why you will not be able to solve a question. 1, lack of concept, or 2nd, it will be lack of data. Okay.
Yes.
So if the concept you have studied, but not able to solve the question, you need to go back and check on the concept. 2nd, if the data is missing, you update that content into the notes. So
Okay, sir.
the areas of science and technology are generally in a very broader context of defense technology, space technology, nanotechnology, right? Cyber technology, etc. Okay. The areas will come under that when it comes to latest developments. So when you're saying that you could not solve a single prelims question, what is the parameters that you need to check upon is, one, check if the fact and the concept is mentioned as a part of the notes. Okay, if it is mentioned, which area because of which you could not answer the question, you should check. Second, you learn through the question and update the notes to make sure that the UPSC notes, the notes are UPSC oriented. So you always understand that science and technology is a very, very dynamic paper and questions are not asked just from the books. So when the classes are being conducted, especially when it comes to science and technology, it is a collation of all the previous year questions when it comes to the subject that is being taught. Okay. Yes, upon that, if the questions are missing, there you need to check what was that current affairs angle that came that year, and why is it that it is not being touched upon in the notes. This is the angle of question you need to check with the mentor. Sachin, getting the clarity.
Yes,
For
sir.
example, let us see right now. Give me an example of which question you came across that you could not solve it. I'm just telling. Okay. So I'm going to the ebook. Give me an example. Any example is on your mind, Sachin?
Yes, sir. It is about related to space technology, sir.
Okay.
And the question is like,
is it physics, chemistry, or biology? It comes under either of this. Okay.
Sir, I have couple of questions, sir. One from this IT also, sir, information technology.
Okay. Give me the topic alone. That's enough. I'll tell you. I'll be able to.
Software as a service, sir. Software as a service.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And some statements are given, sir. And we have to find out, sir, which one is correct.
Fine. So science and technology is, okay, these are the two things. Okay. This is something to be tackled in a very, very individual way. We will help you out, Sachin. Okay. But the point is this is the criteria to follow when you're solving the questions from dynamic areas like science and tech. It's not only science and tech. As you go to all the main subjects, Indian society, governance, okay, economy, and disaster management, ethics, all of these are very, very dynamic subjects. What's there in the angle of current affairs and the previous year questions, the topics will be touched upon. Okay. So check out on all the topics that you're not familiar with, list down on all the topics. Okay. First recheck on these parameters and the rest of it, see in what context the current affairs is in the news this year and also discuss with the mentor and get it clarified. Clear, Sachin? Do that, sir, and get back on this particular aspect. Did you face this challenge in environment, Sachin, or were you able to answer the questions?
No, sir. I could have.
Yes. Okay. Did you face this problem in geography?
No, sir.
No. So science and tech is an area that you're working upon. Okay. So let's take the examples and start working upon which area you found. When you say all, from 17 to 2022, not a zero question you could not solve, that is problematic. Okay. It's not that every question is current affairs. It is about the conceptual part that is being touched. So we will check upon that. So this criteria has to be followed. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Any other challenge you faced?
So one more thing, sir. This week, Monday, I don't know, sir. On that day, I lost my complete interest. And I don't want to open the book or see the class on that day, sir. Only that day it happened, sir.
Okay.
But I want to complete the portion, sir.
Okay.
And that is.
Why do you think it happened? What was the diagnosis?
So I don't know, sir. I have started my preparation with from the month of January, sir. Since then, no issue, sir. Only this week, Monday, it happened. The things.
Okay. So there you need to check one. You let me know. Had you taken a break in this period, or were you continuously doing things?
No, sir, I didn't take any break, sir. I'm continuously doing it.
This is a problem. Very simple. Okay. Always understand that Adequate breaks as a part of your preparation is a part of your preparation. You are not a machine to do things continuously. If you want to make your journey very, very sustainable, very, very productive and joyous, you should ensure that your mind is given adequate breaks for recouping and getting back on track. Sachin, getting the clarity. So
Yes, sir.
always remember, make your preparation sustainable. And the sustainability will only come with adequate breaks. There's a saying, I recollect a saying by Sadhguru, he says, if you feel that you're doing something very serious in life, it's time to take a holiday. You know what is meant by holiday? Holiday is taking a break in the day and doing something totally different from what you do as a major part of the day. Sachin, getting the clarity. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So whenever you feel that you are burnt out or you have not in a mood to do things, feel free to relax, take a break, and do something outside the routine. Getting the clarity? And that
Yes,
is
sir.
the reason why you reverse engineer the number of days. How many days are there to the exam? Okay. And from that, how many hours you're preparing every day, right? And from there, how much breaks you like to take in between. You should plan all that regularly. As a part of the one-to-one, I think we have given you the plan. Sachin, if you have any further doubt in that regard, let's connect again. I will help you out in restructuring whether you're doing things rightly or not. And from there, you can do it. This is something that you need to check. One. Second thing is, check if you were emotionally troubled by any kind of an incident or any kind of a person in that context, right? If that really mattered for you. So these are the two probable reasons. I want you to check on that. Clear, Sachin?
Yes, sir.
From our discussion, this brief discussion, anything you could figure out why it happened and share?
So, because of continuous working, sir, without break.
Absolutely. Very true.
Yes.
Okay. Second, are you investing your time every day into any kind of a physical activity?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So in that case, your routine is in place, your actions are in place, just that you need a break. Clear? So whenever you feel like that, this applies to everyone. Remember, this is a long journey. It's not a short journey. Never in your life you would be exposed to something like this. None of your exams are so long. Please understand. So when you're about to build a skill, understand this is a skill. It's a muscle memory. It's about the way you write, the way you think, and the way you speak. For the muscle to build, you need adequate rest, correct? So ensure that you're studying and also doing an activity outside that every single day. You need not sit and do 12 hours, 15 hours a day. All I'm asking for, if you're a full-time student, is 8 hours per day. If you go to any job, you work for 8 hours. Same thing, you do it here. And what do you do on the remaining time? You go and do what you want. Talk to the people you like. This is what is called as time compartmentalization. So when you do that, when you abide by that, you will be there. One. Second, kindly avoid multitasking. If you multitask, you are draining out your mind. I'll give you an example. What is multitasking? Multitasking is putting earphones and listening to music and trying to read a subject. No, your mind can't focus. Okay? Or doing Instagram every 5 minutes as a part of your study, in between your studies. Your mind can't focus. Are you all getting it? So also check this, Sachin. Okay. Also check where all you are doing this multitasking and draining away your mind. Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Are you doing that?
No, sir.
Okay. Then rest is the only key, nothing else.
Yes.
Yeah. So the best practice is take adequate breaks as a part of your study. Those who are preparing for 2024, you can feel comfortable to take 1 day break once a week. And the rest of the time, actively invest in whatever time you have allotted for studies completely. Use Pomodoro clock, right? Use technology and get used to, as Devika shared, get used to coming and sitting on the table for that particular time. That's enough. Your mind itself will automatically go ahead and do it. And end of the day, enjoy learning, And that's the key for success. Clear, Sachin?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. That would have opened up many students' mind on this. Thank you.
Sir, I want to also thank you for one thing, sir. This 5 a.m. club, sir. Because before 5 a.m. club, I used to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, sir. To complete 6 hours of my study time, it takes like evening 4 o'clock, sir. But now by afternoon 2 o'clock only, it is getting completed 6 hours, sir.
Very good. Superb. There you can do one thing. That is, you can split your day into 2 halves, where you can cover, let's say, 3 hours in the morning. Take a good break in between, and you get fresh in the evening and do another 3 to 4 hours. That's another thing that you can try if you want. Clear, Sachin? So this way you feel that, there's adequate break and not things are continuous, right? Students, I want to say that, Sachin, from being very inconsistent, he has come to a level where he even is the winner of one of the season of the 5 a.m. club, right? Can we all give a big clap for everyone? Just type clap in the chat box to recognize Sachin from where he was to where he became. Right? Superb, Sachin. Good job. Yeah. Please go ahead, and we are there. Please bring it to our notice. This is the things where you need to rectify. See, a person who clears and not clears this exam, let me tell you, it's not that one is smart, others are not. It is one who has introspected these aspects, corrected their mistakes earlier, and has done things forward. That's all, Sachin. So feel free to bring this to our notice. We will help you out. Okay. Good. Thank you. Perfect. Next. Devika, how was your week?
It went well, sir. We have a test tomorrow, so I am prepared for it. And other than that, I had yesterday as an extra day in which I revised some of the current affairs. I had noted down when I read the newspaper, I just note down the topics, like how we do in the news on air thing. The concepts I noted down, so I was revising it. Sir, I have a doubt with regards to current affairs.
Tell me.
What source to follow for the government schemes and indices which are like coming up?
So indices, gave me an example. Which indices you got stuck with?
As such, no, none of them, but otherwise, like which will be a right source to keep a track on them?
See, for example, Investopedia is a very good website that you can look into. Okay. So Investopedia, okay. 1 second. So there are 2 websites for economy related things. Okay, you can look into Investopedia. This is a good website which gives you a good information about everything and pretty much updated. Okay, or you can go for Arthapedia. This is a website used by Indian Economic Service Officers. Okay, so Arthapedia or Investopedia are 2 important websites which gives you all the required information related to economy. Okay, if there are any specific indices that you're looking at, I would highly recommend you to try our Google technique to actually get to know what's in current affairs discussion related to that.
Okay.
Clear? Give me an example. That's why I'm asking you an example.
Just a second, sir. So, like, just.
For example, let's say you're doing about wholesale price index. Okay. So, sorry. Wholesale price index, right? So wholesale price index is there. Okay. So first check in the Hindu if the discussion is going on a broader scale. Wholesale price inflation drops to 12.41% in August. Okay, slips below 14% for the first time. So there is a discussion happening in the year of 2022, August and September regarding this. But understand that every 1.5 months, the wholesale price index is calculated. So something of 2022 to now doesn't stand so important. So you can actually see the charts of wholesale price index. So if you want the wholesale price index India chart, okay, so you will get to know 2023 chart, year-on-year chart. Okay, So you'll get a broader idea regarding this also. Are you able to notice how things are going by? So wholesale price index from October 2018 to August 2022, you will notice that this one over the last 5 years has not raised consistently or not decreased consistently. There were areas where the wholesale price index has increased, reduced, and again considerably increased and considerably reduced. Are you getting it? So 2-year chart you can view, 1-year chart you can view, etc. Are you getting the point, Devika? So
Yes, sir.
you can also find this in economic survey, but I recommend you don't even touch that document. Economic survey, budget. When you're touching upon the budget, just read the budget speech of the President of India. Sorry, the finance minister who has read it. So read the budget speech, come across the important schemes that are there, the words that are there, that is sufficient. Rely on the newspaper data. That's sufficient. If newspaper is not touching, UPSC is not so serious about it. Simple. Yeah, tell me.
So I have not touched the budget as of now, and I
Nothing.
don't have a clue what to do with it.
Nothing. You just go here, see here. Budget speech.
Yeah.
2023. Okay.
Hmm.
You will have all of this covered as a part of your questions. Understand this. Okay.
So,
Test series questions. There's nothing much specifically to go and budget speech is there, no? So you go through the budget speech. See here, Honorable Speaker, I present the budget. This is the budget in Amrit Kal. The budget hopes to build on the foundation laid in the previous budget and the blueprint drawn for India at 100. We envision a prosperous and inclusive India. Observe for the language. In the 75th year of independence, our current year's economic growth is estimated to be at 7%. So the language is very simple, right? Through
yes, sir.
Sabka Prayas, resulting in Jan Bhagidari. So what is this Jan Bhagidari, right? And what are the schemes that are coming across? G20 presidency. So G20 is in news, very much in news. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Achievement since 2014, leaving no one behind. So they have summed up everything from 2014, what they have done. Say, for example, Swachh Bharat Mission, Ujjwala Yojana, right? Jan Dhan accounts. See, look at this. The effective implementation of many schemes with universalization of targeted benefits has resulted in inclusive development. So to facilitate inclusive development, they have taken these schemes. So you need not sit and by heart the schemes. You need to understand what promotes inclusive development. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, having a toilet in every household, having an LPG connection in every household, COVID vaccination, giving them financial freedom through Jan Dhan accounts, PM Suraksha Bima Yojana, PM Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, giving them insurance, and cash transfer, and Kisan Samman Nidhi, and supporting the farmers in the Kisan Samman Nidhi. So look at what ideologies the government is following that has facilitated inclusive development. So question will come, what is meant by inclusive development for those who are not from the economy background? Very, very simple. In simple words, I'm telling. Our economy is close to the 5th largest economy in the world. But the question is, how many of you are able to reap the benefits of the growth of the economy? Hardly a few rich people who have the power of money and who have the power of access. Are the people who are in the below poverty line enjoy the benefits of growth of the economy. So how do we make them get to the benefit of growth, right? By giving them that basic support in the background so that they are able to come out of the poverty, get education, and get equipped to experience the growth of the economy. Devika, making sense for you now, right?
Yes, sir.
So, going through this document will give you the soul of India's governance of this country for this year. Budget is always the reflection of the last 1 year, right? Economic survey is the projection of the next 1 year. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
That's it. I
So,
want everyone to tell me.
so economy survey, we also don't have to look at that.
Not needed.
Okay.
If you have time, please go through. But if you haven't done the basic, please don't need to go through that. Yeah, right? So economic survey is for the
And
economists,
so, like,
not for you.
so initially, we had this global hunger index.
Hmm.
So such things, how to cover them, because right now,
Nothing.
even if they are in discussion, there are more opinion-based articles coming up in the news.
Okay. So global hunger index, correct? Okay. First of all, you need to check what is the news going on regarding this. There is an article regarding understanding the global hunger index. Okay. How it is calculated. And India is at 107th rank. Okay. That's it. 3 important news. So 3 important news, if you read, everything related to global hunger index is covered here. Are you getting the point? Right? So global hunger index,
Yes, sir.
who does this index? Who reports this index? Okay. And what is facilitated in this? Everything is covered here. Look at this. Charts are given here. What are the 4 metrics and how they're calculated is given here. What allegations are we are looking for is given here. And you are done there. Nothing more is needed. Getting it? This one, as you're reading, whatever points you find important, just make a note of it. As per the Ministry for Women and Child Development, the report lowers India's rank based on the estimates of proportion of undernourished population. So you just need to make a note of important things. What is the controversy? Get to know about it. And what are the parameters that are used for calculation? Get to know about it. And who gives this report? Get to know about it. Now, first of all, why should you focus on this report? Because there has been an allegation that is made. Because it lowered the India's rank. Don't you think you are explainable as to why, whether this allegation that they have made, is it correct or wrong?
Yes, sir.
What idea? Simple as this. Nothing else. You don't need to go and check new documents on this. Nothing is there. If you want beyond all of this, just go to Wikipedia. That will give you all the information at one place. So if your notes are carrying this, good. If your notes are not carrying this, if you come across this as a part of the previous year question, you need to check. If it is in news, pay attention to making notes of it. That's how you go about it. If you try to, if you expect that everything is in the notes, it won't happen. Notes is a document that you constantly enrich and build on. Got it, Devika?
So for such, like few days back, there was a report by WHO which was highlighting the impact of sea level rising. So for this, we have to keep a check on news every day, or we can have a compilation of it somewhere.
What WHO was saying? What?
So there is this WMO, World Meteorological Organization's report.
Okay. No, it's not needed. You'll cover that as a part of your prelims test itself. Okay. Understand this. Right now, I'm again explaining to all of you here. Subject-wise test will check your conceptual knowledge to a great extent. 80% of the questions that come in the exam will be conceptual. 20% of the questions which come will be on the concepts which are there in current affair. Are you getting the point? So if World Meteorological Organization, okay, it's saying that sea level is rising. Okay, what is the issue that's going on? Okay, sea level rise is a major threat to India and other nations, says WMO. According to the response by the Ministry of Earth Sciences in Lok Sabha, on average, the sea level across the Indian coast was observed to be rising at a rate of 1.7 mm per year. Okay, so now here the context is this. Oceans are hotter, higher, and more acidic. Climate report warns. So the context here is the climate change is happening, because of which there is a glacial melt, because of which the ocean's level is increasing. This is the context. So where does the problem lie? The problem lies as to what steps you can take to tackle the climate change. Getting the point? Yes. This context is touched upon as a part of the classes only, right? So you need not sit and follow this, Devika, not needed. But however,
you just have to follow the concepts, right?
That's it, nothing else. See, here, look at this. The state of the global climate report. So WMO is in news. So in prelims, they can ask only something related to this, if they're asking. Nothing else. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
So, see, this is good. You can read. As again telling you, if you haven't done the basic part of your notes and linking it to current affair from the notes, if you come and start doing this, you ignore the notes. You will miss out on the major chunk of the marks. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Got it? You read articles, no problem. You would have come across WMO as a part of your environment. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
When you're browsing about WMO, you would have got this news. You read that. Not the point.
Yes, sir.
Right. Please simplify. Again and again, I'm emphasizing. You will direct your mind will always go towards what you have not done rather than strengthening what you have done. In your second and third revision, you will touch upon all of this. Clear?
Okay, sir.
See, I'll
Yes,
tell you
sir.
what happens during your mains. During your mains time, as a part of the questions itself, you will be learning all of this. Okay? You will learn all of these to come across. See, what is the question that they can form out of this? Right? They can give you a question like, according to the WMO report, the oceans are hotter, higher, and more acidic. So what steps can we take to resolve this? Something on that context, correct?
Yes, sir.
No, they are not interested to ask you what was this report about. No, they want to know what solutions do you have. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, please do that. We ask these
Sir,
questions.
before discussing this, I was being like, the satisfaction is never being achieved in this exam. Any subject I do, I feel there is a lot, many things lacking.
Yeah. Satisfaction will never come. Understand this. This is because our pattern that we have set as a part of our academics. In academics, you read that book, by heart that book, you're satisfied. But
Yes.
here you can't by heart anything because there's nothing concrete. Right? You will never get that. So this is where you learn to operate from that limited material.
Okay, sir.
Learn with whatever limited material you have. How can you brew your content? How can you create your content? That's what you will be learning. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is a challenge and this is how you tackle. So please do that. Please
Yes.
ask these questions also as and when you're going. Okay. As a part of your test series discussion with sir also. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Students, I consume some time consciously so that, the discussion that we are having, for those of you who are facing this exam in the coming days, you will also experience this. So if you are able to take these learnings, you will not face that. Okay. Thank you. And the call will extend a bit, but I want to do justice to everyone. So please bear with me. Gopika, how was your week? What happened?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello.
Am I audible?
Good evening. You're audible. Yes.
Yes, sir. So for past 2 weeks, I didn't do my preparation because I was away to my native for an emergency. So I just resumed back to my preparation. And the major thing that I face is I try to invest most of my time in my studies, but the main thing I'm getting distracted, and I feel very guilty after wasting some time.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so the exercise, the task that you said just before of not reacting to the distractions. So I'm planning to do that exercise.
Just 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So I think that will improve my self-control. And one more thing is I feel like I'm not, no one is there to push me. So that's why I'm taking my own time to do all my work. So that is the second thing that I'm facing now.
Absolutely. So here I'll tell you what, Gopika, at the initial days, different people have different thresholds in particularly performing a task. Understand this. There's something called as willpower, or I can call it mental currency. Okay. So whenever you're about to start a task, different people have different resistance levels. You need to check what resistance level you are operating with. So for example, I'll give you an example out of the UPSC context. Let us say you have to go to gym every morning. How it would be if you're going on the first day? Will it go like it will be very smooth? No, right? Oh my God, should I go to gym? So difficult it is. Should I work out? There's so much resistance in your body, correct? If you need to go out and exercise in the morning. But if you do that repeatedly, day by day, by consciously planning to go out in the morning, how? You can plan what to wear tomorrow morning. Keep your shoes ready. right immediately after bed, you get onto it, wake up and just go out. Are you getting it? Starting only, you can't do it for 1 hour. At least do it for 10 minutes. So this is how you channel all your energy, plan your energy to do the activity, correct? Same thing, if you bring it to UPSC also, you need to plan your day to do the activity. When you channel all your energy and attention in doing the activity, your mind will be ready. Yes, Gopika, let's do it. Getting the idea, Gopika?
Yes,
So
yes,
talk
sir.
to your mind in this regard, plan your day, and at first only magically things don't happen. As Devika shared, you come and sit on the study table on time.
Mhm.
Okay? And just sit. Don't even do anything. Introduce your mind that this time you're studying. Just like how you sleep on bed, you get sleep, correct? Similarly, the moment you sit on your study table, your mind should understand that now you're in the mode to study. This, if you do that, you get back on track. See, why am I emphasizing this so much is because as you go on in your studies, things should become subconscious. You should subconsciously study where things will be effortless. But till you go to that effortless level, you have to put in the effort. Gopika, here, try this.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah?
sir.
5
Thank you.
minutes,
Yeah.
you don't get distracted. Just keep looking at an object without any distraction to stimulus. Second, list down what all are the possible distractions that you face every day that you can avoid. For example, mobile phone. For example, any kind of sounds from outside. See what kind of a setup you can make where you're distraction free till your studies are done. This, if you train your mind will actually get on track. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay,
I'll do
try
that,
this
sir.
and give me an
Absolutely.
update next week.
Yeah, sir. Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. Right. Next. Purnima, how was your week?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I have a doubt regarding the current affairs, sir, how to make the notes. Means
No.
when I find out the important affairs from that, I have doubt how to make the notes. Means that whole paragraph means that the analysis only, that whole paragraph, it seems to me very important. So I'm confused that how, which
So,
point I would.
correct. So the key is, if you're studying and if you're doing in your first round of your studies, Purnima, don't try to cover the current affairs as of now. Okay? Just focus on listening to the classes, making the notes. And if your subject is done, then work on the previous year questions. Okay? Using your notes. Just like how I was sharing with Sachin. See, Sachin realized that not just his notes is enough, there are certain updations that he needs to do in the notes. How did he get to know that? He got to know that when he worked on the previous year question. Correct, Purnima? Getting the logic?
Okay, sir.
So in the first round, you just focus on the subject and linking it to the previous year questions. And whatever new you're learning in the previous year questions, update the notes. That is absolutely sufficient. But when you're doing your notes, always keep your right-hand column empty. One small right-hand column you maintain. There, in your second revision, using the Google technique, you link the concept to current affair. Okay?
Okay, sir.
If you do it right now, since your mind doesn't know what is important and what is not, it will feel everything should be made as notes. So you'll end up making everything. No, not needed. If you're making notes, just write down the headline or write down the angle of current affair. That's sufficient. For example, if you're reading about G20 in international relations, okay, you will come across a thing called G20 countries. Okay. Now just go and type the Hindu. You will get to know that G20 is in a lot of news. G20, how G20 evolved, India's G20 presidency, a real opportunity for it to share. So many angles are there. Correct. So G20 as a summit is in news. Okay. And why it is in news? Because India's G20 presidency is coming about. Clear?
Okay, sir.
So
Please.
this is the news. So you can just write or you can just mark that G20 is in news. Enough.
Okay, sir.
Later, when you're doing a second revision, you will cover the current affairs angle. Plus in the class also they would have covered it. Got the idea? So for now, if you're initially beginning, please don't need to cover current affairs. Rather, as a best practice, you can just plug in your headphones and listen to news on air. And whatever new keywords you're coming across, you just browse about it. Casual. Don't even make notes. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay. And however, the hot topics list will be constantly updated. Using the hot topics list, you can even narrow down on the concepts.
Okay, sir.
Okay. See, now when you begin the journey, you'll have a lot of energy.
Yes,
Channel
sir.
all that energy properly into covering the subject. If you go into too many areas, you will end up not doing anything and you'll be burned out. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right. So when you begin studies, focus on channel all your energy into making notes. Okay, clear? Purnima, any other doubt?
No, sir, no doubt, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good. Next, who else is left? Okay. Rajneesh, how was your week?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, actually, last week I was not able to study too much, but still I have learned something and that I have shared in the beginning of the session. So
Okay.
even my health is not
tell me
good.
this. How was
Yes,
your
sir.
test performance? What happened for you?
So last week, actually, I prepared polity, and then there was a miscommunication, and I informed you last week that sir, I'm going for a family function. This week I was not able to study because it was a long journey. Today I came only, and even I'm feeling feverish, so I don't know. But if I will be able to give the test, I will be surely giving you the test, sir. But it may take 1 or 2 days. It may be
no problem.
There will be delay because tomorrow is Mahashivratri also, so I will be having some.
Got it.
To do.
So leave this test. From the next test, you get
No,
back
sir,
on
actually,
track.
I don't have any kind of stress. Just like because it was a long journey, nearly 24 hours train journey, so feeling little tired, and
no problem.
I will be okay within a day. So
okay, Rajneesh.
Sir, one question that I was having because I was listening to the discussion with the Devika. Sir, you told sir like whenever you like suppose if you're getting a previous year question, kindly check that whether that question is in the news or not. So do I need to check for every question?
If
Even
it's a
for
concept
KYC?
coming in, I mean, see, we are operating on the previous year question as an anchor to find out what context is in news or not. That's it. We're operating on an information base that could have a potential comeback in the upcoming years. A UPSC examiner will always check what are the things that are asked in the previous years and what I can ask. Secondly, he will introduce a little element of surprise. He will never go like big surprise. That element of surprise where he'll take only from the previous years and what is in the context of current affair. Getting the point?
Okay.
So that is how they go. So we are operating on the anchor of the last 25 years so that we know whatever we are studying rather than randomly covering material, which is like, firing in the dark. There's no point. There is a light. Let's focus on what you are able to see as light. Clear?
Sir,
that's why, people say, students just blindly come to a conclusion that UPSC is unpredictable public service commission. Wrong. It is actually very much predictable if you know the tempo of the exam. Yeah. Tell me.
No, sir. Actually, like since I've been following you from the beginning, whatever you have said, I have always kept in my mind, and even now I'm able to realize from within myself that UPSC is not unpredictable. It has a range, and if you are able to get the confidence, you will be surely able to maximize the learnings in the right direction.
Absolutely. And
sir,
one more simple way is, if you can't do that, you please follow the previous year questions topics. This one is there, no? The previous year question paper topics. So please use this. We are getting this updated. Okay. In probably within a week, it will be updated. Everything will be very neatly done. See, just for example, go here. Go, for example, history, ancient history. See this, there's something called Battle of Panipat. This is a concept. Shah Jahan's bulk campaign. This is a concept, right? Maps of the empires. Mongol invasion. If you go to geography, gypsum, asbestos, mica. There's something on tides, refraction of light, temperature and rainfall. Have I read these concepts? You should check. Clear? This is how you should go. This is how the questions will be designed. Go to science and tech. All these are there. For example, IRNSS. Have I heard about it? Indian Regional Navigational Satellite System. And is it in current affair? Check. So go to Google, type IRNSS, the Hindu, and see if anything is in news. So ISRO to boost NAVIC, widen user base of location system. Had you heard of NAVIC before? Okay, what is NAVIC? All you need to know about ISRO's IRNSS 1L. Have I heard about this? This is 2018, not important. So this is important. You just focus on this. What is NAVIC? Don't you think they can ask a question on this? See here, GPS, NAVIC, navigation with Indian constellation. Got the idea? So you read this. This is in news. Check if your notes have it. If it doesn't have it, update it.
Sir,
Got
one
the
more
idea?
question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, suppose, actually, when you were scrolling in geography, like it was written like gypsum and all. So in the classes, sir mainly focused about the physical geography, and on mainly he was focusing on the concept which was highly required even for us. Like sir, there are something like where do we find gypsums and all those minerals, and also actually I do not have too much idea about it, sir. So how to approach these things? So if I am getting a concept and even on internet I'm not able to know how to read from where to read, so what would be the
Which
solution?
one? Example, gypsum, is it?
Gypsum
Where are
and also
gypsum?
the minerals and also.
Isn't that covered in the class? Minerals,
no,
which
sir.
mineral is available where?
No, sir.
Okay, then in the value added material, is it not covered?
Actually, I have not gone through the value added materials.
Please go through it, or else just check with ma'am. So mineral distribution. See, basically, you want to know on a broader idea, where is the minerals or how minerals are situated. So mineral distribution in India. Okay. Is that how you search? Check. Okay. So when you check on minerals distribution in India, you get maps in Atlas related to it.
Okay.
So in the Atlas minerals distribution, you will get a broader idea as to how the minerals are distributed across the country. For example, because of the presence of iron and steel, because of the presence of limestone, we have more steel factories across Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh region. Clear. Because of limestone, more cement factories. Because of the presence of limestone, we have a lot of cement factories across this region. Clear. So which minerals, which industries, that's what you learn as a part of economic geography. This should be available as a part of Atlas. If you have, however, any doubts, you can please check with Kaveri ma'am. She'll help you out.
Sir, one request that I have, sir. Actually, I'm having a regarding the map work. So can I get a course, short-term course on important thing, like whatever we have to study? So if you can plan a course, like whatever things are required on the map basis, sir. Actually, I do not have any idea, because from the beginning I missed that, because I thought that I will do it later, but right now I'm facing problem in the map work, sir. So if you can give a course, like we have recently the CSAT course.
Check. Because
please, sir,
what you're asking, it should be covered as a part of geography, but beyond the subject,
no, sir,
if you still have doubts, we will do it.
Whatever it has been covered, that is like, actually, I did not get the satisfaction, sir. When I was solving the question, I was feeling the problem. I had to start again, I have to go from this very much scratch, sir, and it was taking too much of time, sir.
Yeah.
And since I don't have any experience, it was consuming too much of time, sir.
Let's check. I will see what possibility is there in helping you with the map work, whatever map work you need.
Yes, sir.
I'll check with the faculties and see what can be done. Okay. Good.
Yes.
Okay.
In the rest of the subject, like actually, in the other subject, I do not have any problem, because content has been covered thoroughly, and even I was solving the UPSC questions, I was feeling very confident, but especially geography, maps, minerals, and all the world maps, and also the location, hot locations, and all the sir has gone through it, sir, but
generally,
still,
see, I'll tell you what, you need not focus on everything here, but what is in the context or the news is very important. That's what it is. See, for example, you can't go on listing what minerals where, which mineral is where. That doesn't help. what industries are. That's why economic geography is not gone in detail, because things will evolve based on current affair, right? So that one, however, we will see how we can structure things in a way where your doubts could be clarified. So I will
Yes, sir,
sit down with
please.
the faculties to brainstorm a few things, and we'll see what we can come out with. Okay.
At least a base can be given so that I can build
Done.
a base on the.
But
build
here, one
further.
thing that you can look up on is, as a best practice, you can go through the previous year mains questions to get a structure of what kind of questions have been asked in the economic geography. Okay. That way you will be able to get an idea on what to focus in economic geography. However, we'll see how we can help you out, Rajneesh. And if you don't get a reply from us, feel free to just get back to me. I will
Usually, sir, I
facilitate.
wait for your messages, but
Tell me.
sir, usually I feel that like you are having a very busy schedule. That's why I feel I
No.
hesitate
Leave me a message. In case I miss out, please leave me a message.
Okay.
Okay? Please don't worry.
Sir, one more doubt. So, like actually, I have like initially you said that whenever you are doing daily, whatever you are, suppose whatever you are doing in a day, write on hourly basis.
Yeah.
But sir, sometimes I feel, sir, that if suppose I'm not having a good day, and then problem starts, sir, I start feeling stressed, because suppose if I'm not able to do within a day. So sir, actually I got confused whether to write on a hourly basis or not. But usually I used to do that, but recently I have left it, and whenever I'm doing it, I'm feeling a little bit of a stress, because suppose whatever the target I'm setting for an hour, I'm not able to do it, sir. So what should be the solution, sir?
That's what see, self-love is extremely important, Rajneesh here. See, now when you are accounting for something, you will be very careful in how you spend it. Very simple, right? For example, if you are getting an X amount of money in your bank, and if you're accounting every rupee, don't you think you'll be careful on what you're spending it on? Same with respect to time accounting. When you're accounting your time every hour, you will notice where you're spending your time. See, now you're able to notice that you're not able to meet your targets effectively on time. And that's where you're getting conscious. That is a realization. So on an hour basis, first hour, second hour, third hour, fourth hour, let's say you take a break, or you're just thinking, you're getting distracted. You write it down. I just wasted my hour thinking and not doing anything. Over. Second hour, it might repeat. Third hour, you will get active. Can I get back on track? So this is where you need to build that self-love towards you, to introspect your mistake. Rajneesh, understand that your mind has a mind of its own, and you need to become its friend. Your mind is working very hard to satisfy you. If you become its friend and you both work as a team to achieve it, you will be able to achieve things over a period of time. Things don't become magical. Clear?
I totally understand, sir.
Okay. So please
got the
introspect
depth
on the
of the line
mistake.
that you have speak, sir.
Please introspect on the mistake. Ask, why do you think you committed this, Rajneesh? This is how you should talk to yourself. Okay. And what mistakes you came forward, you identify that and work towards not committing it again. Got it? This is how the power of gratitude will come. At least you completed something. No? Whatever you could not, then you work on realizing why you couldn't. If you do that, you will pick it up. Right? See, life is a game of cricket. Understand this. Life will throw a lot of bowlings. Some bowlers are international bowlers. Tough bowlers will come for you in life in the form of people and situations. Now you have two choices. One, would you like to play the game of cricket like a gully cricketer, where you get out for every ball that's coming in life? Or would you play it like an international cricketer who can hit a six no matter how the ball comes? Why do you think Dhoni is Dhoni? He learned the helicopter shot for a tough bowling, and he has become Dhoni. Correct? So no person will become great if things are easy in life. You take any successful person in this world. They are successful. They are looked upon because they have faced the toughest bowlings in their life. Clear, Rajneesh? So
Yes,
if
sir.
universe is giving you those challenges, it means it wants you to take you to the next level. As simple as that. Can you see in that perspective? This is the point. If you see Ambedkar, why is Ambedkar today? Not because he was given a luxury life. It's because he faced the challenge. Clear? Why is Mother Teresa today? Do you think things were easy for her? Do you think Gandhiji became Gandhiji just because he was Gandhi? No, right? Getting a point. So the challenges that they face, how they tackle it, will make you all the difference. This is what is called as journey to become a leader. Rajneesh, when you enter into service, that's not the end, that's the beginning of a beautiful and wonderful career that you have. Will you just become an ordinary officer like any of them? Or would you like to become an officer who has created true impact in the administration? That's a choice that you have to make. Clear? That's how it is. So
thank you so much, sir.
Yeah,
I was last 10 days was completely a new challenge for me, because I have not been facing these kind of challenges for last 5 to 6 years. But some problems was, and it was like it has affected me emotionally a lot. But still, I managed. But still, I was missing something, and I said it. And finally, I'm clear, sir. I will surely be going to start tomorrow.
Super. Thank you for sharing this. It would have really helped. Students, please check on if you are facing something like this. This is how you need to tackle. Okay. Great. Thank you. Rishita.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Rishita.
So good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, currently I am in economy class 14, sir.
Very good.
The schedule you have taught me, it really helped me, sir. 1 hour per day for completing the current topics and another for the revision.
Very good.
This week I really didn't prepare enough for the test, sir. I was just making up my schedule. I was so distressed and stressed for my work. So I just made up my things and took a break for the past 2 days. But I was really covering up well, sir. I have learned my lacuna.
What was that lacuna? Can you please share?
Sir, I was all the petty things started disturbing me, sir, which previously were never. So I think the time management was really a challenge for me for the past few days. And I have done a little recreation for my daily activities so that I can adjust myself. And I think I was good enough now, sir.
Very good. Superb. Those petty things, no, this is what will blow up into a bigger thing. Remember this logic. I'll share my experience with you. I had been to this technique of meditation called Vipassana, okay, where we meditate for 10 hours for 10 days, where you don't speak for 10 days. Can you believe it? I did it. I was surprised that I could actually do it. But there I realized one thing. Sitting for 10 hours, meditating for 10 days, I realized one thing when I sat down for meditation, okay? There, our mind can only do 2 things. Remember, it can, if you think of any single thought of positive, its job is to bring in all the positive thoughts. If you think of anything, one single thought which is negative, its job is to bring all the negative thoughts. So the point of Vipassana meditation, which is a technique taught by Lord Buddha, is to stay in between. It's called as the middle path. It's a real big challenge. Are you getting the point? So, yeah, very, very simple. I mean, it sounds simple, but it's difficult. It's a challenge which comes only with practice. It's all about constantly observing what's happening in your mind, like a doctor. Okay. For example, you should become your own doctor. When I say, when a thought is coming for you, you are not the thought, but the thought is separate from you. Can you just watch it like a movie as it comes and goes by? This is what you need to practice. Clear? It's about staying neutral. Yeah. It's easy to say, but it's about the practice to do. So what I'm sharing with you was my experience of 10 days. But the idea is this. If anytime you feel that you are a little upset, very simple, take down a book and try to figure out why it came. Your mind is so fast, it will connect many things, but you won't know what is the root cause of that. Got the point? So the root is to be gone there, get to the clarification for yourself and keep going forward. But if you ignore that and keep moving forward, your mind will be there only. You should clear that and keep moving forward. Rishita, at the basic level, this is what I can tell you. Try this out. And next time you're feeling bad, I want you to just write down, why am I feeling bad? Ask this question to your mind and it will give you the answer. Get that clarified and keep moving forward. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And I have another doubt, sir. Regarding the Kurukshetra, you have suggested the YouTube channel, sir, Kurukshetra.
What
Uh,
YouTube channel Kurukshetra, is it? Okay.
no, no, sir, Rajya Sabha.
Rajya
That's
Sabha TV. Yeah.
While I'm watching that, they are pointing out few things like on this day previously. They are talking about the previous. Recently, like they have talked about a dancer and years back a freedom fighter like that. Is it really important to note them, sir?
Not necessary. You should check which topic is important, which is not. Okay. Generally,
Okay.
Rajya Sabha TV will touch upon the issues which are in discussion, which needs to be debated upon. Okay. That's why don't go blindly following the channel based on the topic of discussion. You can check what discussion is going on in Rajya Sabha TV. Yeah, again, for example, let's say I go to YouTube. Okay. And say, for example, let's say you go to let's say you're searching on G20 itself. You want a discussion about G20 on Rajya Sabha TV. Okay. Okay. So special coverage on India's G20 presidency 2023. So there is a discussion going on in Sunset TV. Wait, not Sunset TV. So go to YouTube.
No, sir, it's Rajya Sabha itself is giving as Satsang TV, sir. That's the same
Oh,
channel.
Sunset TV. Now it's changed to Sunset TV, is it? Okay.
So the subscriber name is being noted as Sunset TV, sir.
Okay. Just about. All the important idea. If it is in English, it's okay. If it's in Hindi, don't listen to it. G20 role and legacy. 17th G20 summit. India's G20 presidency 2023. Okay. And Mudda Aapka, not important. See, these three are giving a context. In Rajya Sabha TV, there is a discussion called Big Picture. This is the thing you need to focus upon. Okay. See
Okay,
here,
sir.
this discussion is what is important for us. G20 talks on economic crisis. G20 key takeaways. India's G20 summit 2019, not important. 7 years back, not important. 2 years ago, not important. Are you getting the point? So in big picture, there's nothing there happening. But if you go through all of this, everything you need to know about G20 in the context is covered. Like that, you should go. Specific to the topic. See, this G20 talk on economic crisis is not relevant this year. Correct? Because 2 years back, there was economic crisis. Why? COVID happened, they were recovering, and that happened. Got the idea?
Yes, sir.
So now in Bangalore, there's a problem where, there was a skit that was performed regarding Dalits and Ambedkar was demeaned, okay, in a very funny way. And it was not taken rightly. And there's a discussion going on regarding, penalizing the students and the institution for that. So the question is the context of SC/ST's Atrocities Act. So how is that SC/ST Atrocities Act playing on? Is a reservation policy overused? Or is reservation policy should continue or not? So the discussions are building up. So when discussions become debatable, you can listen to these kind of top discussions from top experts, borrow their opinions. You're not an expert, they're an expert. Can you borrow their opinion, whichever you feel is meeting your value system? That's how you should go. Clear, Rishita?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do that.
Just ask you about the dates because a few times in the interview, people said that they have asked the direct question like, what is the importance of today?
Yeah. See, why are you studying all of this? For your opinion, right? To building your opinion, right? What is your idea? That is important. How do you get that idea? Only when you read the editorials, when you read the when you go through the discussions, etc. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
So now you're at the level where you are understanding things. And next, it's about building your opinion. That's what happens as a part of the mains preparation.
Okay, sir.
But as a part of the class itself, sir would have given you a certain opinion, correct? That opinion you keep and you build upon it.
Okay, sir.
There's nothing right and wrong. It's about your argument in UPSC. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Last. Srishti,
Hello, sir. Good evening.
good evening.
Sir, am I audible to you?
You're audible.
Sir, actually, I'm not facing any problem right now because I'm able to manage the things like my college hours, plus my NCC, and plus my UPSC preparation. But only thing is that at the end of the day, like this Wednesday, the thought came that it is too much burden right now. But yet I am able to do my work constantly. But the thought is not being like it's not going. It is burden or not. So only that thing I'm facing a problem. Remaining things I'm managing everything, time and my college, my NCC, everything is going fine. So I think so I
Absolutely.
don't have any doubt.
Yeah, that's what, this needs a little one-to-one discussion, Srishti. There might be many reasons in the background why you might be feeling that. So we will have a discussion one-to-one in this regard. But however, what I like to tell you is, whatever happens, you just keep doing things. Because you are very clear, right? That civil services is the end goal, will help you achieve whatever you want as a career goal in your life. Yes or no?
Yes, absolutely.
So if that part is clear, whatever you are in this journey of UPSC, whatever is coming to you, you keep doing the work as it is. Clear with that? That's how you keep moving forward. But we'll try to figure out why that thought process is coming in. And if you rectify that, you will actually feel better in the front. Okay?
And the second thing is sometimes it happens that whenever at the end of the day, I won't be able to post it in the group because I'll be too tired after the college hours and NCC everything. And the next day I post it and I feel that why I did not do it yesterday itself.
Yeah.
This is the thought. This is also a thought that comes every day in my mind.
Yeah.
I
So
try
whatever
to
is possible, you keep doing it. And wherever you miss, reflect on the mistakes.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you. Perfect. So our hack of the day was finding the possibilities. For those who did not complete the task, please complete it. And test series, the best practices, please read the budget and identify the important points. I want everyone to try this. Okay. Challenges were Sachin shared about SNT and solving notes. If you are able to, wherever you are not able to solve the questions, you learn from the questions and check in the notes whether you have covered the concept or not. If the concept is not covered, update it in the notes. Okay. And whenever you are losing the interest to study or you're not able to get in study, please take a break. That's very important. And if satisfaction is not coming, please understand you will never get satisfaction because there's no limitation on the syllabus. Remember that. UPSC is all about you brewing the content at that moment. And you will only be able to recall effectively when you are operating on a limited content. And the best practices are take adequate breaks in between the preparation. Keep your study area distraction free. And when you begin studies, channel all your energy into first going with the sequence, making the notes, connecting it to previous year questions, and solving the current affairs. Okay. And as requested by Rajneesh, we will be working out on how we can make this more simplified regarding economic geography. Okay. So it was a very fruitful session. Thank you all for being patient. And I hope this session truly helped you reflect on things. So we'll see you all next week, Saturday, as usual. And I wish you all a happy Shivratri. And I want all of you to go and even check why is Shivratri celebrated as a festival in India? How is it having a link to geography of the country? So this is a small activity for all of you. So I wish you all a happy Shivratri and I see you all next week. Wish you a happy, productive week ahead. Thank you.
Happy Shivratri, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.